What's up, guys? It's your girl Tammy. You have reached my Life After College channel, and I'm still waiting for you to subscribe, so get it together. Hey guys, so this week's video is going to be about something I feel like you guys can relate to a little bit more. Basically, this is the top 5 scariest things that you are dealing with if you are under the age of 25. Okay, so I wrote a blog post about this, and my blog will be linked below. I wrote a blog post about this month last year, okay, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys on here, since I never really shared it on here on my YouTube channel, because I think it's still relevant. And I am, of course, under the age of 25. I'm 23 years old, in case you guys were wondering. And I feel like these things still hold a lot of truth. And so I just really wanted to kind of go over these things, and maybe you guys can relate, because, you know, like, it's hard out there for a pimp, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. Yeah, so don't forget to like this video if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, I hope you like enjoy the rest of this. Let's go. The number 5 thing that you are probably dealing with right now, if you're under the age of 25, is responsibility. And I don't mean responsibility like, you know, hey, John, take the trash out. I mean like responsibility. I mean just the fact of you're an adult now, and there's just things that you should know, and there's things that you should know how to do, and there's things that you should be aware of just because you're an adult now, you know? And I don't know about you guys, but for me, sometimes it's really scary to think about. Sometimes it could get a little overwhelming, like, wow, I am an adult, you know? I don't feel like it necessarily, but you know, I'm an adult and I should know that. I should know how to file my taxes, or I should know what interest means, and you know, just different random things like that. It's just stuff you have to be held accountable for because you're an adult. But the way that I handle it is, you know, I always try to look at the positives, okay? And the positives are, hey, I am an adult now, and I have more freedom. I can make my own decisions. You know, no one tells me what to do. I can live my own kind of life, you know, and those are like the parts that make this all worthwhile, you know, because, you know, being on your own is great. Hint, hint. Trying to move out of my mother's house. So number 4 thing you're probably struggling with, number 4 thing you're probably struggling with is finding a job. Man, it's hard in these streets. I understand, okay? And I have a lot of friends who, you know, who felt like that they were gonna graduate from college and their degree was just gonna like sail them to a corporate job. And it's just like, nah, bruh, like it ain't happening that way. Like, chill. It's not gonna happen that way for everyone. And it's just a matter of, at this point, with more responsibility comes, you know, more finances usually. And so you just have to be ready to take, you know, the job that's right for you. It might not necessarily be like your dream job or whatever, but it's a job. And you know you need that money to pay your bills. So take it. Don't be prideful, you know, like just do what you gotta do, okay? Because like I was like this close to doing that at one point, and I was ready. Like, a job is a job and I need money. So, I mean, let's just be real. If you're struggling looking for a job, like just continue your search, you know, be positive. Look in places that you probably haven't looked at before. And not to mention, I did a whole series about interviewing, resumes, business cards, cover letters, all that stuff. I did a whole series about it on my blog. So I'll have that linked below as well, just so you guys like know like some of the things to have a heads up for, you know, because it could be something as small as a typo on your resume that's, you know, costing you jobs, or it could be something like, you know, maybe you didn't include work samples when they asked for work samples and that's why they're not calling you back. You know, it's just a lot of things to consider. If you want to check out that series, just look down below. Okay, so the number 3 thing that you're struggling with, I'm sure, is your identity. And that is hard, especially in this new age where like technology runs our lives. Your identity, it's so hard because everyone's trying to figure out where their mark is, you know, what they're gonna do, what's their legacy gonna be, you know, and at this age, you're probably realizing that more and more, you know, what is your place in this world? Not to mention your circle of friends is probably getting smaller. You're probably doing things that you've never done before. You're probably exploring areas that you've never been to before. And it can be overwhelming, you know, like, you know, what am I doing? Who am I, you know? And so just realize that, you know, that is a part of life. Everyone's going through it, or everyone has gone through it, you know, and you will find your place in the world. Don't let all the hype and all the photos and all the viral videos and all that, don't let that determine your future. Let yourself determine your own future. Number 2 scariest thing you're probably dealing with is commitment. Commitment is really hard for people in my age bracket. It's hard because you're trying to figure out, do I want to be with someone and settle down with someone and get ready to get married and have a family, or do I just want to like party it up and live out loud and just do me and everybody just, you know, shut the hell up? Or then you have those people, which are more like me, who you know, you're just trying to figure out, you know, your mark, and you're just working on your career, building yourself up. You just don't really have the motivation or the emotional strength to deal with a relationship right now. And all of those are perfectly fine. Whichever road you choose is up to you. That's the thing. It's not up to anyone else. It's up to you. I don't care who's all in your ear or who wants you to do this, or if y'all have been together for 15 years and now you don't want to be with them anymore. Just, it's up to you. It's your decision, nobody else's. So don't ever feel bad for making a decision that might make someone else unhappy if it makes you happy, if that makes sense. Your happiness comes first at this age, okay? And I have a lot of like, you know, my mom's friends and my friends' moms and godmothers and aunts and everything, who all pretty much said the same thing, that they wish they would have given more time to themselves first to figure out what they really want, you know? And it's not that they regret anything or whatever, it's just having that time to figure out what you really want makes everything else more rewarding in the end. I barely want to commit to my car. Like, I'm thinking about getting rid of it and I haven't even had it that long. So, I mean, that just goes to show you, you know? So you see what I'm saying? This whole commitment thing, you know, it's iffy. And the number one thing you are struggling with if you're under 25. I really need to stop being so like jazzy and soulful in these videos. Number one thing that you're probably dealing with, is pregnancy and children, okay? And let me tell you this, nothing in this world will ever be harder than raising children. And I say that because children are so unpredictable. You spend 18 years plus investing in these little people, molding them, teaching them the way, you know, giving them insight, educating them, giving them, you know, helping them with their morals, helping them build their value, everything, okay? Just for them to completely disregard you and go pursue something else, you know? And woo, kids take you through roller coasters. I know, because I did the same thing when I was younger, okay? If you have a child or if you're pregnant, you are probably flipping the heck out. And if you're not, that's great, good, cool, calm, and collected. I wish I could be more like you. For those who are freaking out, okay, just look at the positives in this situation as well, okay? You're basically going to have this little child, and just the fact that you get to mold them, you know, and bring them up the right way, and, you know, teach them everything that you know. I mean, and on top of that, you know, your children are always going to love you. I mean, they're gonna love you more than they've loved anything else, because you're all they have. And so to me, that's such a beautiful thing. You know, you never have to worry about the love fading or whatever, withering or fluctuating, because like, you're their parents and they're always gonna look up to you. And to me, that's just like, to me, that's a beautiful thing. Despite like all the arguments and the frustrations and all that, like, I am never going to love anyone more than my mom. Like, that's just the way it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what she does. Not saying she could just go and do anything, Mom, if you're watching this, because, you know, I'm her child, you know, and on top of that, I'm her only daughter. So I'm just never going to love anyone more than her. That's my mother. So, yeah, you know, I mean, just think about these type of things, you know, like, it just makes everything good again. Yeah, so that is it for this video. Yeah, like, let me know if you're dealing with something else, you know, that I did not mention in this video, because I'm sure there's plenty more things, but, you know, that's my list. I feel like these are like the top 5 like really big things, especially that I've been dealing with, I can say for sure. Not the pregnancy or children thing, because, you know, you guys would know if I was pregnant. But I do have a nephew, so it's kind of the same thing. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this. Comment, subscribe, let me know what you liked about it, let me know what you didn't like about it. That is it for this video, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.